Welcome, everyone, to Hardin Local Weekly Podcast. I'm Rachel Brantingham, and we are so excited to have you all here with us today. We've got a great show lined up. Jon O'Brien, of course, has all of our Hardin County events. We've got a bunch of fun ones coming up. Saturday, my gosh, it's absolutely packed. I can't wait for you to share that with everyone. We've got Nate Bryan, who has your business buzz, and there's lots of movement happening on the south side of E-Town. I'm excited for you to dive into and kind of fill us in on everything happening over there. Britten and Michele, we've got Britten here with us. Is Michele joining us in a bit? Oh, you're on mute. Sorry.
Yeah, she should be here in a minute.
Okay, perfect.
So she says somebody has to work around here. So.
Well, they are going to be reviewing 2 local food trucks. I feel like we've had a lot of fun lately with food trucks, so I'm excited to see which ones. They're both out of Radcliff, so that'll be really cool. And our episode sponsor this week, which is Member Medical DPC, they are doing something different. They have a ribbon cutting this week. It's actually tomorrow. So we're going to weave their story throughout the show today. Bill and I are going to sit down with Jim and Hannah from Member Medical for a conversation that I think a lot of you need to hear. One that I've been having with all of my employees at my office. I myself utilize Member Medical, so we're super excited to have you guys with us today. But first, I want to introduce all of my amazing co-hosts. So we have Phil Tall, who is the founder of Hardin Local. I've got Scott Lucas, who is my co-host. I've got Jon O'Brien, who brings us events and happenings in the community. I've got Nathaniel or Nate Bryan, who handles all of our business news and updates. And yay, Michele joined us. I've got Britten and Michele McDowell, who are experienced eaters. And of course, I'm Rachel Brantingham. I'm your host and your Hardin County housing market expert. Before we get started, I always like to run through with you guys how to stay connected with us. So, where is Hardin Local? We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So if you like listening to podcasts on any of those platforms, please follow us. I prefer Spotify, so that's my go-to. You can find all the links that we talk about today or on any episode in the past, all on hardinlocal.com. On all of our personal social channels are there as well. So not only follow us there, but make sure to follow our personal pages. And then make sure to follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching right now on Facebook, go ahead and hit that follow button. Interact with us. Drop your comments, questions, events, or business tips in the chat. We really love interacting with you guys during this episode. So we always try to bring your comments up on screen, and we'll try to answer those in real time if there's something specific that we can address. Make sure to hit share so your friends and family members can follow along as well. Anyone who loves Hardin County as much as we do. And of course, shout outs. We love birthday shout outs. We love anything you've accomplished recently. We want to highlight that. Or if you have a loved one that you want to say hi to, throw those in there as well. All right. So
we got one comment from Stacy Reynolds. Is that the Jim Owen?
Oh, Stacy for that now.
Is the Jim Owen. We're very, very excited to have you both with us today. All right, guys. So today's episode is brought to you by Member Medical. They're right here in Elizabethtown. If you've ever felt like your doctor's visit was rushed or that your insurance company had more to say in your healthcare than you did, Member Medical is doing things differently. They're a direct primary care practice, which means you pay one monthly membership, $75 a month for adults, $40 a month for kids. And that covers your primary care. I mean, this is wild. No copays, no insurance, no headaches, no waiting weeks to get an appointment. Your first visit is 45 minutes because they actually want to get to know you. A strep test is $10, a COVID test is $30, and you get your provider's cell phone number for after hours questions. They've been serving Hardin County for over 8 years. You all have a new location. They're located at 1230 Woodland Drive in Suite 110. They're right here in Elizabethtown. And you want to check them out. They're located at membermedicalpc.com. And Phil, do me a favor and drop that in the link so that people can find that. Or you can call them at 270-307-1980. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. I mean, I've never had a medical service offer me a cell phone number to contact them after hours. And I have actually utilized that service several times. I was deathly ill on a Saturday morning, and I had to be in an event that afternoon, and I had no voice. I called one of their providers up on their personal cell phone, and they were taking care of me instantly and moving me through the process to get help. And I was able to attend my event. It might have looked rough, but I still made it. So, and here's the big one. Member Medical, they are having a ribbon cutting and member celebration tomorrow. That's Wednesday, April 15th from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at their new office. It's right there on Woodland Drive. The ribbon cutting with the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce is at noon. It's open to the public, and there will be food trucks. Great reason to go. Bluegrass Meats and Catering, Sam's Gyros, Weston Bites, Little Cheesers, and Unbridled Grounds. So if you're already a member, lunch is on them. Stop by and take a tour and tag I Love Member Medical on social media for a chance to win prizes. We're going to dig deeper in their story with Jim and Hannah throughout the show today. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode. We are super proud to have you here in our community and excited to highlight you and the services that you guys provide. So before we jump into that, guys, does anybody have any special announcements or anything that they want to share? Okay, don't everybody go at once. Scott, you're on mute.
Yeah, I got him muted because he didn't mute himself. Let me fix you, Scott. You got me.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my son. He was recently selected to go to the Kentucky Governor's School for the Arts. It's usually a big deal. Nate, you play trumpet, so he got selected to go this summer. He is one of 10 brass players around the state and one of 3 trumpet players who was selected. So if you're watching, John Hardin, love you, son. Great job. Your mom and dad are very proud.
I guess I'll go ahead and shout. That's great. Yeah, go ahead and shout out our very own JOB. He's almost done with his 75 hard, and it's his birthday this weekend.
A lot of things going on this week. That's right. Thank you.
Well, happy birthday, and we are so proud of you. He told me at the beginning of the episode he's down 55 pounds, and you have 3 days left of 75 hard.
Yep. And it'll be finished at the end of Thursday. I'll be done. So
That's incredible. So proud of you. Great job.
thank you. Thank you.
Great job. All right, guys, anything else? All right, well, I've got a little icebreaker question for you guys. So in honor of tax day being tomorrow, I love that word, right? We all do. If you could write off one thing on your taxes that isn't currently deductible, what would it be?
Robot.
My pets.
Oh, big ones. Yeah. I think they're basically children. They're classified to most individuals as children. So I think there should be a pet write-off.
Right?
A deductible.
Hang on a second. Rachel, if you're smart about pets, if they have a TikTok channel that you're monetized or some type of social media that's monetized, that's technically a business. So their care would be a business runoff.
Okay, I'm going to tell my best friend because she was just saying that she's going to start a TikTok for her dog. So this is perfect. I'm going to start one for my fish. I don't know how much I can write off, but I'm going to.
Michelle says she has a write-off.
I have one.
Go ahead.
I wish you could write off all the hours and for the time that you spent working on stuff that you didn't get paid for.
Oh, appreciate.
I would be an employee.
Can I get an
That's a
amen?
great idea. Yeah. Second that one.
Amen on that one.
All the overtime you work as a business owner that you don't get to pay yourself. Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be great.
That's what we call employees, though. Business owners, you don't get that.
I know.
I know.
Being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, anybody else?
The dog one's a good one. Being diabetic, I would like to write off every single supply that I have to buy, being diabetic, from the pins to the shots to the testers to the monitor that I wear that's like $6,000 because it's not cheap.
Yeah. I think we can all think of a couple.
I'm sure Member Medical can help me be diabetic.
Yeah, Nate, we can address that with you.
I was actually thinking, I was like, what a perfect caveat into Member Medical. I think they can address that for you. Maybe not the deductible portion, but certainly the. Well, audience, drop in the comments and tell us what you would like to write off if you could. So let us know what those are. We'll check them as we keep going forward. All right, guys. Well, we're going to step into our business spotlight with Member Medical, and we want to talk a little bit about the why behind who they are and why they were created in the first place and what need they originally came to solve. So, all right. So like we mentioned, our episode sponsor this week is Member Medical, and they're doing something a little bit different. Healthcare is something every single person watching deals with, and we wanted to give them time to really explain what they do because it's not what you're used to. So Phil and I are going to bring Jim, Owen, and Hannah on now for the first part of this, and then we'll come back to them a couple more times throughout the show. Jim Owen is the CEO and co-founder of Member Medical, and Hannah, say your last name for me. I don't want to butcher it.
It's Warren's house.
Warren's house. Okay, I knew I would have ruined that. So she is their office manager, both of you guys.
Well, thank you. We want to first thank Hardin Local for having us on today. We certainly appreciate that. So, we've been in business for 8 years, and I would say the vast majority of Hardin County doesn't know we exist. And that's our difficulty is we can't really say what we do in a 30-second ad or in a newspaper ad or anything along those lines, because it is such a different approach to things. So again, appreciate us, who we are and what we try to do. And the why really comes down to, it was about 9 years ago, myself and my business partner, Brandon McKinney, were talking, and we just realized health insurance was getting out of hand. And that was, 9 years ago. And it's only increased and increased and increased since then. But we said there's got to be a solution out there for, one, the patients, two, the providers that are working to serve us and to get us healthier. And we were looking for options, and really the only option was we've got to unbuckle from insurance, who really dictates what your care is and how providers get paid. And they've got to run so many labs and do so many different things where it's no longer about you, the patient, or your care. It's about how many people they can see and how many they can process through. So I think that's the big difference. We really take it back to, how do we give you the best care? How do we give you the type of access that you would want, right? You can get in same day or next day, or you can call, like you said, Rachel, any hours of the day to reach us. That's what we want to do. It's like having a relative that is a doctor or a provider in your family that you can call anytime, that they're going to give you the best possible answers for your best care. So we're really changing those things. And we also get into cost savings, which are significant. Again, we say the prices of everything keep going up. Phil, you had an experience that kind of had our paths cross to be on this call, and what the crazy bills that you saw and what our simple costs are to do that. So that's just kind of the why that we put this together. I don't know if you all want to get into other details of whether it be Phil's situation or what you want to really discuss at this point.
Yeah, I think we kind of covered a couple of the first parts, and we're glad you're here, just so you know. Both of you guys, thanks for coming. And so tell us what led Member Medical to do things differently, and specifically explain what exactly is direct primary care and how does it compare to a traditional doctor's office?
Yeah, so great question. So let's address the direct primary care and what that is. Is basically, this is a movement that's occurring that has been around for a few years. It's bigger in some other states. Colorado, it's big, North Carolina, Texas, etc. But really, it is taking out all the middlemen in care, right? We don't bill insurance. We don't have to answer to insurance to get you the best care. We don't have to have insurance approve the medication that you go on if it's the best medication for you. We can utilize low-cost labs. I'll give you a good example. If we do a test and that test costs us, $2, but Healthcare Blue Book or the guidelines say we can charge $185, we're charging the $2. Whereas in traditional care, they're going to charge you the max, right? It's really about how do we generate the most revenue for whatever our entity is. Ours is different. We charge a membership. We charge that monthly, similar to a gym. And with that, all of your care is covered in that membership. If there's some extras, if there's some tests we do, if you need a brace or you need something along those lines, we're going to get those for you at cost.
Yeah, and that's great. I think you guys said you've been open for 8 years.
Yes.
And there was we also discussed some skepticism. I'll review what happened to me. It was I was with my son over a weekend in the winter, and he had strep. I thought I had strep, so we just ran to like Norton's, just to get a couple tests done, strep and COVID test, and then ended up after I got billed by insurance, I paid $400 out of pocket, and between his insurance and mine, we're already paying like $800 or more a month.
Right.
So it was just kind of crazy to me to think that, I can't even go someplace quick just to have something simple done without them just charging so much. And that's how we kind of got connected with you guys. Explain how your model is different, because I think it's a pretty big change for people. And there's probably skepticism out there. So maybe take a few minutes to explain why this could work instead of the traditional model.
And I'll stop dominating this and have Hannah come in here a little bit. But, basically, in looking at your bill that you posted on Facebook, they have all these additional charges, right? But you get $700 that insurance takes off. What's $700 that should never be in there in the first place? And you still paid $400 or what have you. And I think, like we talked after the membership, for the COVID A and B test, for the strep test, all those things per person would be $40 through us, because that's our cost for those tests. So you can see the significant difference. And that's just a small example of something as simple as a strep, right? We're not even getting into if you need an MRI or greater care. And I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that part.
The model is different because with traditional healthcare, you're pretty much a number. So providers have a strict set number that they have to see a day. It could range anywhere from 30 to 40 patients a day. And when you have that time with your provider, it increases your outcomes. So you have better outcomes because your provider has a chance to get to know you. So for us, you're not just a number, you're a person. Like I know you because we get that time with you. The model is different because we take that time to get to know the individual, and it's not just your stats that's in your chart. So there's a lot of other things besides money that comes into play with our model.
One thing that I want to jump in here with is it almost feels like when I've gone to the doctor, it feels like it's a conveyor system. In, out, in, out. And it's like, I understand it to a certain point, but if I need to have questions, it's kind of hard. And then, hey, you got to show up at 12:15. I come in early. I don't get to the doctor until 12:30, 12:45.
Right.
So it's like, how is that different? How do you all address that?
So if your appointment's at noon, you're going to get seen at noon. We're going to take you. We have a waiting room, and a lot of patients think it's funny because when they come in, they don't wait in the waiting room normally. We take you straight back to a room, and you're immediately taken care of then. So your MA comes in and talks to you. You get to ask them any questions you want. They do your vitals. They do all that great stuff. After that, the provider has a full 30 to 45 minutes that they get to spend with you individually. That's not included in your MA time. So if the MA takes 15 minutes, then that's 15 minutes. If the provider takes 30 to 45, that's your visit. So you can ask all the questions that you want to ask. There's no limit, really. Like, we're not going to tell you, you can only talk about 2 concerns. It's just something you have the time with the patient that you don't traditionally have.
Yeah, Scott, I think that's one of the things we really try to present too. Our waiting room doesn't look like a normal doctor's office waiting room because, again, we don't have 10 people sitting in there, 15, and you come in for an earache and you're like, I'm going to come out worse than I came in because these people around me seem to be doing worse than I am. No, we're going to get you right back, and like you said, we try to stay away from any feel of you're part of the assembly line. Right. They pump you through, you go, we've all been there. You're waiting in the room with the door closed and you're like, oh, I hope they're shuffling my paperwork out there. So I'm next. It doesn't operate like that.
Which has truly been my experience. Just from walking in, they always greet me by name. And then I think one of the things that I loved is like a follow-up from my test. I get a personal phone call rather than like log into your app and see what your results are. And it's like I'm getting a personal phone call checking in on me and saying, hey, here's what the results are. We've sent everything in for you. So I'm truly just like a very catered, very patient, like they watch over, like she always is asking, like, let's look over everything while we're here, right? We haven't seen you in a while. So, all right, guys, well, hang tight. We're going to come right back to you in just a few minutes. We want to get into how it actually works and what the experience is like for the patients. But first, Jon O'Brien, we're going to jump into what's happening in Hardin County this week. All right, John, take us away. Tell us what's happening. Oh, I love you. Is that your birthday balloon?
Yeah, it's a little birthday balloon I found floating around.
Listen, don't make me sing happy birthday to you. It's not pretty.
As long as you do the Waffle House birthday song, that's the one I love. I love that one. That's the best birthday song around. If you've never been to Waffle House on your birthday, go, and it's the best.
What's happening this year?
All right, so we got a couple of things going on this week. certain ones for the E-Town Tourism, Public Library, and Fort Knox are on our website. Links are all, their calendars are there. We've got an ongoing event. It's the Silly Goose on the Loose scavenger hunt out at Freeman Lake Park. So that's going on through May 3rd. So if you haven't been out there, as soon as they open up, you can go look through all the areas and you'll find the geese all over the place. And you find all the things and you get them all together. Go to E-Town Events and you'll have more information on that. Wednesday, we got the ribbon cutting that we're going to talk about a little bit more later, I'm sure. And then also The Bodyguard. Anybody like that movie back in the day? I think it was one of my first Columbia House CDs that I got was The Bodyguard sound. That scam. What happened to Columbia House? They're gone. Thursday, we have Kaylon Derby prep party because Derby is coming up soon. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., they got a lot of giveaways and some free things at Kaylon Health. So go check them out. There's an educational retirement workshop for those getting close to retirement age. From 6 p.m. to 7:30 at the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce. It's free to anybody who wants to come and check it out. They got policy reviews, coffee, donuts provided, a door prize. Seating is limited, so you want to make sure that you get there early and can find out all about retirement. Friday, April 17th is when my 75 hard is finished, complete, done, and also my birthday. Casey and Romy are going to be playing over at the Social Food Hall at 7 p.m. Autonomous is going to be playing here at Bourbon Barrel Tavern. They always bring a good show and a party. And then Antoine Bailey will be out at Cosmic Golf at 8:30. A lot of live music this weekend. There is a Autism Spectrum 5K going on Saturday morning. I may sign up for this, actually. I think it seems kind of fun. And I've done a run walk that they did a couple of years out at Central Hardin, maybe the same one. But you can register. It's $30 to get in. It includes a medal, a free T-shirt if you're registered, and ages 9 and under are free. So that's pretty cool. Take your kiddos out there. Cars and coffee out at Hardin County Honda, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Head out there, bring your ride, show them what you got. There'll be music, coffee, food, and car enthusiastic vibe. A Spring Fling Bazaar is going to be going on at 10 a.m. at the Heavenbound Baptist Church. That goes till 4 p.m. So there'll be some fun little things to check out, some craft. Rock the Block is going to be happening down at the Blue Door. $10 per family. Dylan West is going to be playing from 4 to 7. The whole event goes from 2 to 7. Bus and Bites food truck. Guess what? I can have a corn dog that day. I may swing by there and get a corn dog. It's been a while. There's also going to be community yoga, a flower bar, and proceeds are going to go to the Blue Door Creative Fund. Victory Martial Arts has a spring fling 4 to 7 up in Radcliff. It's free entry, food trucks, face painting, kids activities, games, community raffle, and prize. Survive to Thrive art auction at the House on the Helm, 4:30. It's a live art auction at 6 p.m. Right now, they actually have the online auction going on, and it goes through the event. But tickets are on sale for that. Scudder Sports and Bluegrass Sportsplex bring a round robin tournament. All right, so they're going to be doing a tournament out there. Team limits, 10 team limit. So if you're not in there, you need to get in there. The Ron Jones Jazz Duo is going to be at 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 at the Straight and Narrow. Again, you don't have to have reservations for that, but they're going to take up a big portion of that area, and it's small already. So if you want to hear them and listen to them and have a little drink, make sure you get a reservation. The first turn at the Brown-Pusey. Again, we're ramping up to Derby. Derby is coming up. You guys bet on Derby?
Yeah.
Has anybody won big on Derby? What's the biggest win that we've had?
I did bet Mine That Bird back in the day on a trifecta and won quite a bit. But
okay, nice. I think it was 2 years ago. I had this guy come in, and I call him a regular from the future, and he gave me a tip that his fraternity brother owned this horse and was going to win. I was like, okay, I'll trust you, and I ended up winning quite a bit of money on that horse. So I'm glad for that regular coming in, helping me out with that.
I think this first turn at the Brown-Pusey Hills on Saturday night is going to be one of the events to really go to. I think it's a really good event. You got to go get tickets at Ticket Leap. But I know that they're going to do a really good job with it.
Oh, it's always great. Kristen and Brandon will be bartending that. Brandon, if anybody misses him here at BBT, he will be bartending there. Go make him make all the drinks in the world. He doesn't get to make enough anymore. So head over there and get a drink from him. He makes a great one. On that same night, though, Nothing to Some is going to be live at BBT here, and it's going to be the birthday bash. It's the day after my birthday, but we're still going to have a fun time. I've got to work, so come make it feel better for me. It's going to be a long night.
That is
Birthday tips.
so work on your birthday. That is real adulting right there.
Well, if people ask off, I try to help out. I like my 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but every once in a while I get roped in by Stacy to kind of work a little extra.
Very kind. Well, if you're out and about, guys, you need to stop in there and wish him a happy birthday. So
Please do. We've also got Watered Down Whiskey playing out at Cosmic Golf on the 18th. Oh, and this is one of my favorite things, Go Fly a Kite Day. Anybody like flying a kite?
Been a while.
I love the movie Mary Poppins. Let's go fly a kite. Let's go fly a kite. Come on. It's such an amazing movie. I wish that more kids these days watch that movie. I don't know. Rachel, do you have your kids watch that movie at all? Mary Poppins?
yes, we've watched it.
Okay, just making sure. I feel like not enough kids are watching these old like classics, and
Right?
they're missing out.
Yeah.
Bert dancing up on the rooftops. Nothing like that.
It's kind of sad realizing what my kids think are classics, though. We watch stuff from my childhood, and they're like, "This is so boring."
So, so the real question, John, is how many people amongst us that we know tried to jump off of something with an umbrella because of Mary Poppins?
That's true. but if you really watch her, she more just like glided up. It wasn't like she jumped. It's like she just got taken off by an umbrella. But I know what she was talking about. I mean, that's interesting.
If
I
anybody
think she
gets
was
in-
just so magical. She was the only one that could do it.
if anybody gets injured, we could always refer them to Member Medical, so we get that covered.
There we go. That's right.
So on with me.
We've got one more thing going on too on Sunday, the 2026 Kings Royal event, number 3, 10 a.m. at the Strike and Spare B&B Lane. So if you guys like bowling, entry fee is $60 and 4 games for qualifying. I like to throw a couple rocks every once in a while. There used to be a big thing called Lebowski Fest in Louisville that is not a thing anymore, and I'm very sad because that's an amazing movie and it's fun to just bowl for hours.
Yeah.
You've got a lot
And
of
I
things.
also go for it. Sorry, Scott.
You've got a lot of things there. Someone like myself who's an introvert, what's the one thing that I should go to this weekend?
I mean, you should come see me from a birthday party. I mean, let's be
I got
real.
my buddy Chad. He's one of the lead guitarists for Nothing to Some. So
There you go. Come on out. I'll make you an NA cocktail. Oh,
here you go. I'll drink for that.
Chris Fred.
All right, perfect. We had to leave a moment there at the end. All right, well, thank you, John. What a stacked weekend. I mean, it sounds super fun. I am going to try. I will be at first turn at the Brown-Pusey this weekend, so I might not make it by, but if I might stumble over and find you just to wish you a happy birthday. So, all right, guys. Well, let's bring Jim and Hannah back in. So, guys, we know the why behind Member Medical. So now let's talk about what it actually looks like to be a patient and as a business owner. Jim, Hannah, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. So I guess we'll address kind of who is this right for and how is it right for them. So the main thing to realize is we're not an insurance replacement. People still need insurance for those catastrophic issues, car wreck, those types of things. We certainly think you need to have that. But what we see are the different types of groups that we're able to help. Right, the individuals or families who just want better care for their family. And oftentimes what they'll do is say, okay, we're going to adjust our insurance, increase the deductible a bit, lower our premiums, add Member Medical to it. And they have a great opportunity to save quite a bit of money that year because, again, all of their maintenance care, all their primary care, urgent care, things are going to be handled through us. So they can save, like I said, quite a bit. They're not getting all those co-pays and insurance bills that you get. You're going through the norm. And the nice thing is you can be anywhere in the world. Rachel, as you said, you've called in on Saturday. You can be anywhere and we can address those concerns for you. That happens quite a bit, especially with spring break. We had quite a few calls from there where people didn't have to go sit in an urgent care on vacation and sit through that all day. So that's a nice thing for the individuals and families. The next step are kind of those businesses that, 10, 15 employees that said, gosh, we'd love to be able to provide insurance, but it's just too expensive for us to do that as a business. Oftentimes they'll offer us as an alternative, kind of here's where you can get some care, go out and get your own insurance, a high deductible plan, but we want to provide a benefit to our employees. Then there's what we call the fully insured businesses that have under 100 employees. And they offer the benefit of member medical to their employees because when they know they're getting better care, we're handling their occupational things, we're handling their work comp issues, that sort of thing. And then where we've really focused and why people maybe have not have heard of us over the 8 years, if they haven't worked for some of these larger companies, is we've kind of tackled those larger companies where they have 100 or plus employees and they pay for all of it, right? Other than the copay, they're paying if your bill, Phil, for your example, was $795, but you paid the $25 copay and the $40, what have you. They're covering the rest. So you can see where that would be a real benefit to them because they're acting as the insurance and they're having to cover all those costs that are now being covered by Blue Cross Blue Shield or what have you in your situation. So that's kind of how this works. Again, we would love to have more individuals involved, and we're trying to reach out to the individuals on a basis because we really think we can help those families. And as our community continues to grow, right, it's harder and harder to find that provider. In some of the research they've said, find your provider and find your veterinarian because they're going to be harder and harder to get into as we continue to increase in population.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I know when we talked earlier before this, I said, so unlimited visits with no copays. I wonder what the catch is. And
yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
And you said there's no catch, but
yeah, that's the hard thing, right? A lot of it is, okay, this sounds too good to be true. Even when we're presenting to companies, employees that have signed up, what's the catch? This isn't right. And I wish I could tell you we created some major algorithm or have some secret sauce, but it's really about our simplicity. Right? We've cut out all the people that are involved in your care other than the provider and you, the patient.
And you said that your membership rates are around $75 a month for adults and $40 a month for kids. So I wanted to ask Hannah, if I signed up as a member, walk me through what that actually looks like and what does a visit typically look like?
So when you sign up, it's $75 for an adult. You would come in for your first visit. Before your first visit, let's back up. Before that first visit, we would send you an email that had all of your new patient paperwork. It's completely HIPAA compliant. It goes right in your chart. So it all gets sent in before. The MA transfers everything over to your visit. When you walk in, you'll see a familiar face. It's always Miss Dina. She'll be there to greet you, and she'll get all of the added extra stuff that you normally do at a doctor's office. They'll take you right back, and the MA will do your vitals.
There's no waiting in the waiting room?
No waiting when you come in. No.
Usually.
Our providers have a schedule, and they stick pretty strongly to that schedule. We don't stack our patients, so you're never going to see a long wait line in there. Like, our providers are maxed out at 12 to 13 patients a day. So that's quite a bit of time they have for you.
Yeah. The traditional is 25 to 30 patients. We're at 10 to 50. And we don't ask, I think important, we don't ask for your insurance card or your credit card when you walk in either.
No. They'll ask for your insurance card just to have it on file, but we don't bill anything on it. So it's just it's a thing that we have to fill in for our EMR, but that's just because EMRs aren't necessarily made for direct primary cares.
Right.
So.
Okay. Well, that's great. Jim, you mentioned something I think a lot of business owners in our audience need to hear about: occupational health. Tell us about what Member Medical does on that side and how it saves businesses money on workers' comp.
Yeah. So when we're a part of an employer, if they're coming in for their pre-employment physicals, drug screenings, the pre-employment drug screenings, DOT physicals, all those types of things we're covering. Certainly pre-employment is no cost. The only thing on the DOT physicals and the drug screens is we just ask for the coverage of the cost of the tools used for the drug screen. And that's what? How much is that?
$10.
$10. So they're paying $10 to us to do that pre-employment or the DOT, where they're paying significantly more in our traditional care system. I'll also add on to the work comp thing. We've helped a company reduce their work comp by 88%. And if you look at the averages cost for these companies of work comps, you can look, and the numbers vary from 20,000 per case to 44,000 per case. So each one of those that we reduce obviously may not be the 44,000 mark, but those are costs that are not hitting that company. So you can see where that adds up fairly quickly.
What about it? Do you have any stats on like how more, if some of, if you guys have customers, like a bigger business, have they tracked like how many less sick days they've had or anything like that?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, right? So when you go to traditional care, and as Scott was saying, right, he gets there at 12:15 and he doesn't know when he's going to get in. And if we're seeing you at 1, you're out by 1. Now that can be favorable for some people and not for others, right? You're leaving work, you may want that longer time, but we're going to condense that time down. And what we see, to a better point on that, Phil, is what companies pay us. We're seeing anywhere from a 3-to-1 return on investment up to a 7-to-1 return on investment. So for every dollar they give us, they're getting $3 back or up to $7.
As a business owner myself, there's a lot of these companies that are spending a fortune on workman's comp. How do they sign up with you? What does it look like as a business owner to work with you guys directly?
Yeah, so we'll come in, and based on the numbers, there are some varied prices based on the number of people that we're signing up. But we'll come in, work with you, the business owner. You may hand us off to your HR or whatever that may be. Most of us business owners are also the HR, right? We're all of those hats. But we'll work with that, and we'll say, okay, what tools do you want to provide to your staff? Are we going to do the occupational health? Are we going to do the work comp? And just kind of lay those things out for you. Are we going to cover family members? Are we going to cover dependents? Whatever that may be. We'll establish that with you, the business owner, and then we'll come out and educate the staff on what we do. So we'll start to see utilization pick up. Again, as Phil mentioned, right, what's the catch? We have a little reluctance at first because, okay, this sounds too good to be true. But once people start coming in and they start sharing that with their fellow employees, we see utilization spike quite a bit. I will add one other part. A lot of people, well, I've had a provider, I've had them for 20 years, what have you. Do I have to change to you guys? No, you do not have to change. However, we see a large number of people do make that change because their current provider can't get them in. You're sick on a Monday and they say we can get you in on Thursday. Well, who wants to wait that long to get other care or better care? So you may end up in an urgent care or something along those lines. So we get them in same day, next day, they start coming back to us on a regular basis.
Cool. I think we're going to move on to Nate here. But what is the first step to a business owner that wants to start this process? Do they just get on your website and get your phone number, or just call, or what's the easiest way?
Just give our office a call. There's a place to sign up on the website, but we're very person to person. So if you want to give us a call, we think that's the best way to get started.
All right. That's good. We'll come back and finish up with you guys after Nate is done with Business Buzz. All right.
All right, Nate, you ready to take us through what's happening in Hardin County?
I am.
Perfect. I'll let you take it away.
I need my song.
Yeah, Nate's Business Buzz.
Yeah. All right. Kudos to Greg Thompson of the News Enterprise for breaking this on Friday, but a McDonald's is on the agenda of tonight's Planning Commission. The Southside, people always say Southside never gets anything. Well, Southside keeps on coming, and McDonald's is the latest. It will be at 100 Roanoke Drive, which is right next to Subway. The former, for people that are old like me and gray hair, the old Big T area. Do not know. It has not been approved yet because obviously this is Tuesday afternoon. Meeting is tonight, but I'm assuming it's going to be approved. They usually do. I don't know when construction would start or open or anything like that. You're kind of limited on that right now, but that is what is being going on. Also, with the Planning Commission tonight, intensive health care, which is 201 Peterson Drive. That's the old co-op building before you get to the soccer fields after turning off there. Intensive health care plans on redoing that one. McDonald's is on there. A financial place subdivision, which is 2370 and 2390 Ring Road. That would be across from, I believe, where I get my blood drawn. This would actually need Rachel's help on this one. 1612 North Mile Street. is wanting to go from R2 to R3 and be allowed to be able to do short-term rentals. So I'm assuming that would be Airbnb. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I'll be there with them on that one. So we manage that property. So yeah, it's a very minor adjustment, but it's set up as a short-term rental. We have to move it from one zone to the next to then get a classification for it to be used as a short-term rental. So.
And there's a development going on right next to that building too, right? When I checked
that home is actually super, super cool. So it's a historical home, and it used to be like a huge orchard. And of course now Shepherdsville Road like runs through it and everything. So it's not that anymore, but a super cool one. So I don't expect to foresee any issues with that. So they've restored it to its like old historical heritage. So like if you're ever looking for a great Airbnb here locally that takes you back to kind of what E-Town looked like in the beginning, you got to stay there.
And the last one is a public hearing. Just because I know nothing about realty. CD to C2 and C3 in the Woodland Corridor District. Does that mean anything to you?
They're just changing the zoning so that they can do a different type of commercial business on that lot. So, and that is a lot of businesses there anyway. So it's an appropriate adjustment. I don't expect there to be any change on that either.
All righty. Moving on. We already touched on the agenda and McDonald's. Number 3 is Vapor Lab, which was 2030 North Dixie. That's basically around the corner from Little Charlie's, one of my favorite pizza places. Of course, all I call pizza. High Donatos too. It has closed. I mean, we've seen plenty of vape stores come and go, tariffs, the new laws about ages and stuff. And so Vapor Labs is converting at least 2 of their Vapor Labs to Snack World, who have Alien as a mascot. So I love that. They will start pretty soon. I think the sign might be up today. I will not be out there, but hopefully it goes off this week. They hope to open just in a couple of weeks, late April, and grand opening to be in. You'll be able to get, as you can tell, I am not starving at all. Specialty snack store featuring hard-to-find international snacks, rotating inventory every few weeks, new items, unique snacks, not found locally. If you're, this one seems to be great for pregnant women, because if you're craving peanut butter and sausage lays, they may have them. Who knows? Pepsi from China and Japan, birthday cake Oreos, Kobe steak chips, seaweed chips. So if you're looking for something eclectic and not around here, that's probably where you need to go. And again, they will change. I have been invited out to their. They are at Snack World. I do have a Facebook post and graphic about it. They do have a Facebook page as well, Snack World store, if you can find it. All right, next, Stacks Nutrition is moving. Stacks Nutrition will be going to 5151 North Dixie. That's right next to Uncle Dan's Pond, just past New Highland Elementary. They've been on Ring Road for a little while. They will be moving July 2026, but just announced it on April 10th. They will say what to expect: more space, bigger, better shopping experience, same heart, more fuel. We love being your go-to spot for fitness and health at our goal shop on Ring Road. And this is moved about giving you the best environment to reach your goals. So it's the blue building. Looks like it used to be Builder's Outlet or Carpet Connection of Dalton, Georgia. I bet if you see the building, you'll go, yep, that one. That's where they are going. It looks like it's going to plenty of space. All right. Zoie Swim School. I believe Rachel might know her, but it's Zoe Deshaw, I think is how you say your name.
Is it Joey or Zoe?
Zoe. Zoe with a Z. Z-I Deshaw. She is welcome. She started her swim school, announced it on April 8th. She's been teaching swim lessons for the past 4 years. She's a USA swimming athlete for 9 years. She teaches lessons for all ages and skill levels, from little ones that just get comfortable to beginner swimmers to kids waiting to improve their strokes. She does it for adults. Here's the whole all ages part. Anybody wanting to learn later in life, you go to her page called Zoie, Zoie'' Swim School. And I think that's neat. Obviously, water education to be able to, in case you fall out of a boat or you go swimming, you think, okay, I've got this handled. Huge for health, huge for knowledge, and I believe it serves a purpose and a niche. So good luck to Zoe there. And I've put it on my page, and you can go find it on your own. We just announced yesterday, somebody said to me while I was still at work, Blazers Fun Zone in Radcliff will be closing, and it will be closing this weekend. So they will be closing the next few days. If you have any unused gift cards or something like that, you better get up there to use them, because you will not be able to after Sunday. They did not really give a reason why, but I will read their Facebook post and what they actually said. Final days of fun. Don't miss out. After years of making memories to our amazing community, Blazers Fun Zone will be open for our final days on April 17th, 18th, and 19th. This is your last chance to enjoy laser tags, skates, inflatables, and more. Cash in your fun card tickets for prizes. Use any remaining gift cards. Again, I'm stressing this. If you have anything that's out, get over there. You can't just call them or mail. It's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. It's been one more day making memories. They also have half price ticket redemption for the last set. It was a good story for them, a good run, especially for a small business to serve a niche in Radcliff, which really compared to Elizabethtown doesn't have a whole lot of opportunities like we're blessed here with Eatz. Obviously trying times, but to do what they did and to build out there and to bet on themselves, I'm proud of the run that they had. And I don't think a small business, some of you all are compared to me. It's hard. It's not easy. So I know people are disappointed and sad, but at the same time, it's like I thought it was a good success story.
So Nate, do you know anything else in regards to Blazers, like who might be coming in there, who might be purchasing it? Because a lot of families went there, create memories and things of that nature.
I'm sure there was, kind of like Baskin Robbins, whatever we talked about before Cold Stone took up. Movie Palace.
I know I used to take my kid there too, when he was little.
Oh, I took my nephew there at least once. I mean, it's been a while. I do not. Something will be announced soon. It's not up to me to say. I do not have the information yet. I'm waiting to clear it, but I don't see that building staying empty very long, if people catch my drift. I don't know what it will be. I don't know who it will be. I don't know if it'll be entertainment related at all. So I don't think this is bought out. I know that they are selling their equipment. So they put them on a bid site. So whoever, if it is somebody else, they will have their own brand new stuff.
Yeah, Nate's Business Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sad to hear that we were just up there a week or so ago for a birthday party, and truly just a very special place. But we will keep those memories near and dear. And Nate, thanks as always. All right, guys, let's bring Jim and Hannah back one more time. We've got.
Before we bring them back real quick, I know that John and Nate probably are going to drop off. So good to see you guys. Thanks.
Good to see you.
Thanks for being here.
I want to say one thing. I've been looking over this way. If you come downtown, there's a new traffic pattern around the square. Watch out for that. You've got it's more like a traditional roundabout now. You actually yield going in instead of yield to someone coming in, if that makes sense.
Oh, I do have one quick one. That's a good one. Somebody told me about
Keep
that.
an eye out.
It's more of a roundabout than a traffic circle. I'll probably be avoiding downtown for a little bit, or just be coming the other way. There's a magic show Saturday night at John Hardin. I will be there. Aaron Hart is performing with master magician Lance Burton. Used to be in Lexington, or used to be in Las Vegas. I have a post about it on my page. I've been trying to help Aaron promote the show, but I will be there. Maybe I'll be a plant. Maybe I'll get caught on stage. I don't know. We will see. But I'm a big fan of magic. I've seen Piff a couple times, Blue Man, a couple of shows in Gatlinburg. So it's all, and tickets at the max, including all in, $15 for adults, $10 for kids. And it's obviously it's John Hardin's pack where Scott Lucas has seen this kid perform like 74 times now. I'm pretty sure he has an office back there. It's a great place to watch a show. I've seen several shows out there. And so I will be out there. And if you want to go to my page or look up Aaron Hart Magic, there will be a magic show with a Las Vegas magician on Saturday at John.
Thank you. And see you guys later.
Bye, guys. All right.
And before we switch back over, just want to let everybody know that we're going to have Rachel's housing update and also a couple short video reaction reviews with Britten of some food trucks after this last segment with the member medical.
Perfect. A couple of things, guys, that I want to directly focus on is access and like additional care that you guys make available to your members. So first of all, how in the world do you manage providing cell numbers? Like I've never been to a medical office and had them give me somebody that I could contact after hours. I mean, usually there's an emergency helpline, like when my kids are super, super sick and I'm like waiting on hold for someone to call me back. But like I have Christy and Sarah's personal cell numbers and I can contact them 24/7. That is wild. Tell us about how you make that possible.
So our providers have an app that's on their phone. It's HIPAA compliant. They have a number assigned to each provider. And so at your first initial visit, they're going to give you that cell phone number. They're going to say, hey, this is Christy. Thanks for letting me see you today. Here's my cell phone number. If you have any issues, just give me a call or a text. And so after hours, if you need anything, that cell phone number is there and you just reach out to them and they'll get back to you.
It's absolutely amazing. Now, I know the last time I was in there, I talked to them a little bit about some of the MRIs that I need on a consistent basis due to just being watchful for, breast cancer and things. And Christy was able to connect me with a much more cost-effective approach. So tell us a little bit about those connections and how you've created additional options for your members.
Over the years, we've developed a few partnerships with local companies, small businesses, Heartland Imaging being one of them, and they do at-cost imaging for our patients. It's a lot lower than what you would see if you were to go to a traditional provider for those images. We also work alongside PC Pros. They offer a lot of options for us as far as physical therapy goes. Every now and then, if we have to call over there, they'll get them right in for us, and they work really well with us. We just call them, they say, come on over, or they'll find a way to get our patients in same day or next day as well. So it's pretty great. Heartland is too.
That's amazing.
It really is. The cell phone thing blows my mind.
Yeah, it's really easy, and it's super. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I will say we've had to tell people, you wake up at 2 a.m. and you're like, oh, I forgot to fill my blood pressure medication. Just wait until the morning to make that call.
Yeah.
Because we've had those calls.
Yeah.
So if it's a real need, call in those after hours things. But no, we're happy to take those calls. And look, it's about giving you the best care you can get.
So is that because you're giving somebody a phone number? It almost sounds similar to like if I was going to call telehealth. How does it vary or different?
Yeah. So, what we call telehealth Dr. Roulette, right? When you do a traditional telehealth, you don't know who's going to be on the other end of that call. With this, as Rachel said, you'll either get Christy, Sarah, or Paula that's in our office that have a familiarity with you, and it's going to be somebody local. So it's not somebody across the country or across the world even trying to address your care that has no knowledge of your medical history or anything along those lines. So these are your traditional, your current caregiver giving you advice in off hours.
It's never going to be an after hours service. Just like when you call us, it's never going to be a machine is the first thing that you hear. When you call a doctor's office, it's always like press 1 for reception, press 2 for billing. It's a real person. One of us is picking up the phone and we're going to say, hey, how you doing? What can we do for you? It's never a after hour service. We're all human.
Yeah.
That's cool. I got a question from my parents. Are your providers ND, NPRs, PAs?
Yeah, they're NPs with a medical director. We have Dr. Tom Hustad, who was the medical director at Baptist Health Hardin on our team. So he collaborates with the NPs, and we have some very experienced NPs.
That's great. Carrie Ann just did a Love Member Medical Rod. Yeah.
Thanks, Carrie.
And then and I think we had, also, Gage said the member medical team is watching. Go ahead and Jim.
All right, no pressure.
Jim, you and your team, they're all local. You've built this practice right here in our community. I know you guys are still also involved in philanthropy. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we just try to support certainly those groups that support us and the different things we see as causes that benefit others in our community. And, we've got quite a bit of that, right? If you're a business owner, there's quite a few those charities out there that are constantly looking for that support. So we try to do that whenever we can and give back, and just we want to be a partner to the community, and certainly being from here allows us to do that.
Guys, I want you to tell us about your ribbon cutting tomorrow. I want to hear it from your words and go back over who's all going to be there, and I'm super excited to be in attendance. So,
well, Hannah's done all the work on this with the help of our team. Which we have a fantastic team, and they're watching, so I have to make sure I really stress how fantastic our team is. But I'm going to turn that over to let Hannah kind of express or address that.
Okay, so our ribbon cutting is tomorrow. It's from 11:30 to 2 at Member Medical, which is at 1230 Woodland Drive. The ribbon cutting is with the chamber, and it'll be at noon. So they'll be there with us. We have, let me make sure I get my list of food trucks because we don't want to forget anybody. We have Little Cheeser, Sam Gyros, Bluegrass Meats and Catering, Bustin' Bites, and Unbridled Grounds will all be there. Food trucks will be there real early, but we would like everybody to stop in and be at our ribbon cutting as well. The entire staff will be there. They're going to give tours and you'll get to see the facility. So if you want to see the patient rooms and you want to see the lab, and if you have any questions, everybody's going to be there, and they're going to be, our schedule's free tomorrow. So we're going to talk to everybody. You get to talk to the nurse practitioners, MA, receptionists, you get to talk to everybody. So we're available.
Yeah, the weather's going to be nice too. We requested that, and we're seeing that as well. So
Here, there may be some prize drawings as well for if you tagged I Love Member Medical while you're there.
Yes, we'll have a few things to give out for prizes.
And did I hear that members get free lunch? Is that true?
Members do get free lunch. So you'll stop inside and you'll get a ticket with one of our staff. And it is open to the public. So if public would like to, if you're not a member and you want to hear about us and go grab lunch, you're more than welcome. But members get free lunch on us.
That's great. Before we let you all go, tell everyone watching one more time how they can learn, how they can learn or get signed up. And just so you guys know, on hardandlocal.com, I put all the links to their stuff. But just kind of wrap it up, Jim, for us.
yeah, so definitely go to Hard and Local. You'll see our information there. We encourage you to give us a call. The number's 307-1980 is a good year. So 307-1980, just give us a call there. We're happy to help you in any way. You know, everybody's kind of got a different story or a different need. So having that conversation, they'll get you in touch with either myself or Gage or whomever as far as getting things set up. But I think our greatest strength is our team. It really is. We've got a fantastic team. Rachel, you've been there. You've seen them. They know you by name. That's something they really strive to do and making it a personal kind of thing.
I mean, we must be doing something right. We have our logo tattooed on one of our patients.
Yes.
So we're doing something right.
How did you know about that? I'm kidding. It's not me. But Jim and Hannah, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I am a very proud member medical member, and everywhere I go, like I was in my office the other day and one of the girls was like, oh, I got a sore throat. I'm a member medical. Like I very rarely recommend places because I'm always a bit nervous that people won't experience the same things I do. But I'm very proud to drop your name and push you guys. It's just a great, it's healthcare done the right way, in my opinion. So we are very proud to have you here in Hardin County. And thank you so much for your time and joining us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, guys. It's time to jump into the housing market update. Wait, not my jingle.
Your jingle's coming. Let me grab it for you.
So I missed a week with you guys. So I missed that jingle and I missed being able to give you guys kind of a housing update. So I have been asked a lot, what is the war with Iran doing to our local economy and the local market here when it comes to housing? Obviously, that's kind of my niche. So I'm Rachel Brantingham. I'm here with your weekly housing market update for Elizabethtown, and I focus primarily on Hardin County. If you want numbers for any of the communities outside of Hardin County, I'd love to connect you with you directly and give you those. And also keep in mind, these are countywide. If you want something that's specific to your home or to your street or neighborhood, I can focus in on that and give you those actual metrics specifically. But let's take a look at what we've seen in the market this past week, and more importantly, what it actually means. So over the last week, 33 new listings came on the market. We saw 30 homes go under contract and 20 families moved into their new homes. That tells us something important. Buyer demand is staying strong and keeping pace with new inventory. We're not seeing a slowdown, we're seeing consistency. Looking at how quickly homes are moving, the average days on market over the last 30 days is now 80 days. I don't know if you guys remember when I first came on the podcast back in January, we were sitting roughly at about 100 days on market. We have now reduced down to 80 days. That's down again from the last several weeks. And this is one of the most important trends that we track. right now. Homes are continuing to move faster week over week, and speed is one of the first indicators that a market is gaining momentum. When homes sell faster, it means buyers are gaining confidence and making decisions more quickly. And keep in mind, so interest rates dropped down into the fives. And then with everything going on in the nation, things went back up. So interest rates are now in the mid sixes. You're looking at like a 6.3 for conventional. You're looking at like a high five for VA, USDA, FHA. So we expected to see a slowdown. Well, we were at 83 days on market several weeks ago, and we are now down to 80. So we're continuing to see that momentum as we typically do going into spring. Those higher interest rates really aren't slowing people down. From an inventory standpoint, we currently have 356 active homes on the market and 89 homes sold in the last 30 days. That puts us at approximately 4 months worth of inventory on the market. Now that's a crazy shift. We've officially moved from a balanced market just a few weeks ago into a clearly seller-leaning market again. Inventory is tightening and demand is steady, and that combination creates pressure. So this is another metric that I've been watching closely, and you probably don't recall, but I thought about doing a graph that kind of helps you understand how things are moving. So we'll do that. Phil and I are going to build that and work on that more. But when we look at pricing, the average list price in Hardin County is $357,242. The big thing here is over the last several months, what we've actually seen is huge discrepancies between average list price compared to average sold price. Like we were seeing the average list price at 350 some thousand and the average sold price in the 290,000 range. Well, that average sold price has actually narrowed. So we are now at the average list price of $357,242, with the average sold price being $314,288. So that gap between list and sold price is continuing to tighten. That tells us the market is becoming more competitive and more efficient. Buyers are still being strategic, but they are also stepping up when they see the right opportunity. Now, of course, interest rates, I've already touched on them just a little bit. That is happening due to national and global effects that we obviously have little to no control over. However, I've always said that Hardin County is kind of cushioned a bit from those, and we are so thankful for our military members and neighbors at Fort Knox, because they certainly help drive that. But here's what matters. The market has not stopped. Homes are still selling right now. Today, because life doesn't stop. People are still relocating, people still grow their families, people still downsize, people still go through life changes that require them to move. And we're also seeing a huge amount of military members pouring into our community right now, which we're so excited about. I just love to have new neighbors and new friends here in our community. So what we're seeing internationally, it has not stopped our local market. Buyers are more thoughtful. Sellers, you need to be more strategic, but transactions are still happening every single day. And here's the bigger picture. Markets move in cycles. Uncertainty creates opportunity. And when confidence returns, demand floods back into the market. It always has every single time. So what does that mean for you? If I were advising sellers right now, I would tell you that this is still a strong window. Inventory is tightening, as I've shown you earlier. Days on market is decreasing. Homes are selling faster, and well-positioned properties are getting proper attention. If I were advising buyers, I would tell you this is really a great opportunity right now to be strategic, negotiate where it makes sense, and secure a home before competition increases further. I don't have a magic ball. I don't know when all of this stuff with Iran is going to come to a conclusion. I hear differing reports as to where we're at in that process. However, if and when that does get resolved and interest rates do drop back down, I expect a flood of buyers to join the market and homes to move very, very quickly. At the end of the day, this is not a market you guess your way through. It's a market you navigate with strategy. And right now, the data is telling us that momentum is building even in the face of uncertainty. As always, if you want a hyper-local breakdown for your specific neighborhood, your price point, or your investment goals, I or my team would be happy to help you. So that is our housing market update for the week.
Great.
You want to jump? I love our jingles. All right. It's time for one of my very favorite segments, Britten and Michele McDowell, the experienced eaters. You want to play their jingle before I ask them what we're reacting to today?
Yes. Let me get Yeah, I'll just talk for a second while I get it set up.
Well, I always leave this segment starving. So I can't wait. I hear the food trucks that we're bringing today are both from Radcliff. Oh, you're muted still, Britt.
There we go. Yeah, so they're both Radcliff trucks, and but they're out and about. I think one of them is going to be over at Phillips Grove tonight, and then I know that the Papa Pasta will be out at. They will be in Brandenburg Wednesday, and then they will be out in Vine Grove Friday. So now, if you want something fun to do on Friday nights over in Vine Grove at Optimus Park through the month of April, they're having a little food truck rally. We went last week and just had a great time. Saw a bunch of people and just kind of got to sit and hang out and enjoy the nice spring weather.
I tell you what's been really interesting is as we have gone farther in doing this podcast with you guys and then being out and about, we've had so many people come up to us and say, hey, we watched the Hardin County podcast. And it's just been amazing. So word is getting out. All the information that we're all providing is reaching people for sure. It's been amazing.
Awesome. It is fun. So let me get the video up here. Oh, wait.
Yeah, well, who's our first restaurant, or who is our first food truck that we're going to be looking at? Sorry, that was me. Which one?
Okay. We're going to do the Papa Pasta reaction video. So,
hey guys, Experience Eater here. It is Food Truck Friday. We're in Vine Grove, Kentucky. They got a rally going on. There's a lot of different things. We're going to put this together, see what we can find. I'm excited. I think they got some great stuff for us. It's always great to find a food truck that you can stand up and say, hey, these guys are doing it right. And that is the Papa Pasta truck right here. They just got this truck. They started out serving their pasta, their homemade pasta, out of a tent. And now they got this state-of-the-art food truck, and it has definitely allowed them to crank it out and be able to provide much more, much faster. And these guys are absolutely doing it right. All right. So here we go. Got the carbonara. It's hard to eat good pasta with plasticware. Note to self, bring my own silverware. That's cheesy. It's salty from the Contreras. They make their pasta fresh each day. That's a really good bite. Definitely should give these guys a try. Get them checked out. It's Papa Pasta. It's got a new trailer. I gotta have one. We'll get Mama here in a minute. That was actually her plate. So
yeah, it was my plate.
She didn't want to be she didn't want the challenges of eating pasta on camera with a fork, with a plastic fork. But I had a chance to talk with the Papa Pasta folks after the fact on Facebook after I'd done the review and got to know them a little bit better, and I was really impressed with their I don't know how you'd say I guess culinary discipline or culinary opinions. Hey guys, when it comes to Italian food, there are a lot of very specific ways to do things, and he is very old school, very legit. Like his fettuccine he makes with pasta water, butter, and Parmesan cheese. He says that cream doesn't belong in Italian cooking except in desserts. So I mean that's pretty hard. I love that. Okay, but they started out last year literally in a
big camping tent.
like a 8x20 tent.
Yeah,
a double tent, and they started out in that. They got their food truck, their licensing done, and then they worked their way up to the trailer. So definitely a success story.
I saw the tagline on their Facebook page said "Life is a combination of magic and pasta." I thought that was cool. All right, you guys want to do the next one?
Sure. The other trailer is Contreras Eatz. Now they're new to the food truck game also because they started out doing delivery. They were selling on Facebook, doing delivery, and they got their food truck. I don't know, probably 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. But the first time we ever had them, I called and ordered lunch, and somebody delivered it. So we got they do sampler trays and things like that. We on Fridays usually we get lunch for everybody here at the shop. And I'd seen them on Facebook numerous times, and a couple of my friends in E-Town had ordered from them and had rave reviews. So we were able to do that. And it just so happened that this was supposed to be about a 2-minute video. But it so happens that everybody that we were at the food truck there on Friday night with, they got Contreras Eatz too. So we got a couple extra dishes. Yeah. So we had to go down the line and try everything.
So it was about a 3-minute review then. And I saw that the owner had a quote on his Facebook page that said, "My passion is delivering fresh, authentic foods. I've been a chef for 10 plus years and love to cook." And
one of the things that I'll say, it's a husband and wife. Their kids are involved in it. and it does. Their food is like somebody cooked it. It's like a mom and dad cooked at home.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch it.
Premier Cedar here. It is Food Truck Friday. We're in Vine Grove, Kentucky. They got a rally going on. There's a lot of different things. We're going to put this together, see what we can find. I'm excited. I think they got some great stuff for us.
We can do it right here.
Yeah, so
nice.
This is their trailers. You can look here, see. They have a huge menu, but I think that's a lot of times in Mexican food. That's the way it goes. There's always, it's the same 4 or 5 base ingredients, and then kind of goes from there.
Oh, there's their trophy.
Yeah, they won the best fries at the heart of the Heartland Food Truck Championships, and they didn't know I was behind them, kind of just filming, and that's
all
the
right, guys. This is Contreras Eatz loaded chicken fries. Look at that. All right, so these are the loaded chicken cheese fries from Contreras Eatz. Had a chance to try their championship fries at the Food Truck Championship. Let's look at that bite right there. I got high hope. Those guys do such a good job. There's tons of flavor. Grilled onion, chicken, cheese. Absolutely great. All right, so we got a chicken taquito here from Contreras. It's crispy. You can smell the seasoning in it. Crunch. Oh, it's great. Same chicken that's on the fry. That's tasty. All right, guys, so we've got our food from Contreras Eatz here. This is the Contreras box. We've got chips and queso. There's a birria ball right there. 2 birria tacos and a birria egg roll with a side of queso and a side of consomme. I can't tell you. This is exciting. All right, I don't know where to start. I try not to burn my face off. This is that birria taco. It's grilled, it's hot, it's melty, it's cheese. Let's give it a little dunk in the sauce here. Consomme.
Looks good.
I was trying to reach a napkin and I couldn't get a hold of it.
Sauce is nice and rich.
Somebody put a drink on top of the napkin so I can pull it out.
That's a one. All right, this is the birria egg roll. We're not going to dunk this because my lips are already red from the consomme.
It was my face, not my shirt I was worried about.
Great crisp, great crunch, all birria, a little bit of cheese. That's a winner too. All right, the birria ball. That's hot Cheetos on the breading on this. I don't even know what to think about this.
That was a great bite.
Smells good. I'm excited. I really am.
Rachel, that was right up here.
Cheese pool, birria, rice, cheese.
Looks delicious.
You got to get one of these. This is a must.
So for those that don't know, birria, as my wife says, I should tell everybody because I didn't do it in the video. It's kind of a braised beef. It's slow cooked. They sear it off, and then it's got all kinds of peppers and the consomme that goes on it. I guess I don't know what makes it orange. It's not food coloring. I think it's the actual peppers and the oils from the peppers. It's dried peppers they make it with. The guajillo peppers, our resident Hispanic cook just told us. Amber sitting over here in the she was there with us. She was across the table while I was doing this. But Contreras is another example of a mom and pop that got started. They didn't have the end product in mind. They got started and they figured it out and they built it as they went, which is something
we're familiar with.
We're familiar with, and we have a lot to be able to we definitely have an appreciation for that. So
that's good.
The Contreras is going to be tonight is going to be at Phillips Grove Food Truck Rally, and then there's also several food trucks tonight that are going to be at the Farmers Market. I believe it's Farmers. No, it's. Yeah, I think it's Farmers Market tonight because they have that Tuesday, Thursday, and then Phillips Grove tonight, and then Vine Grove Friday. So it's a great time of year to be outside and go people watch and get a meal and enjoy it.
Well, thank you for doing the review. Both of them.
Both food trucks look amazing. I'm just saying I'm headed to Phillips Grove tonight because I have to have those spicy burrito balls. Like I have to have.
I can tell you next week's review will be Laker on Dixie.
Oh yeah.
We've already got that one done, and it was a very interesting experience.
I'm excited. All right, guys. Well, before we wrap up, Phil, is there any comments we need to bring up? And
I'll bring a couple up real quick. Michael said, "Very informative. Thank you, Rachel, about your housing update." We also have Mike Morgan, who said, "Matt Lance at a film festival. The comedian at the magic show that they're talking about this weekend. He's a great short comedy film." He had a great short comedy film. And I think I covered and my parents, probably my mom, was just wishing John a happy birthday, Jon O'Brien, and proud of him for finishing that challenge.
I'm still so impressed by that. So, all right, guys. Well, as we wrap up, I want to once again just touch on the places that you can stay connected with us and how you can find the information that we talk about. So visit us at hardinlocal.com. That's your one-stop shop for all the links and resources that we talk about throughout all of our episodes, all of our personal social platforms. Make sure you head over there. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Follow us there on whichever is your favorite platform, whichever one is like your go-to, and make sure to tell a friend to follow us as well. Follow us on LinkedIn and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. And I just want to go back and just say one more time, a huge shout out to Member Medical for sponsoring today's episode. If you're tired of feeling like you're just another number, I know in the past I've been to different doctors' offices and it's like as quick as they can get me in and as quick as they can get me out, and they don't really genuinely care about me as an individual or my personal health care. It's a totally different experience at Member Medical. I cannot encourage you enough to go check them out and see if they're the right fit for you. Their website, once again, membermedicaldpc.com, located at 1230 Woodland Drive, Suite 110 in Elizabethtown. And you can get all of this information by just giving them a call, 270-307-1980. I will be out at their ribbon cutting tomorrow. That's Wednesday, April 15th from 11:30 to 2. Come by and see for yourself. It's just healthcare done right. All right, guys. Well, Phil, Scott, John, Nate, Britten, and Michelle, thank you all. Of course, thank you, Jim and Hannah from Member Medical. Thank you for trusting us to tell your story. And to everyone watching, thank you for being part of the Hardin local community. If you didn't watch, there would be no reason for us to do this. So we really appreciate you all taking your time and interacting with us as we bring this to you all. We'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. Until then, support local, stay connected, and enjoy everything happening here in Hardin County. Have a great week, everyone.
See ya, everybody.
Peace out.